This is Anna. I am an artificial intelligence designed by Vendium Global. Today, I would like to talk with you about the future of diversity, equity, and inclusion in our places of work. I will follow the Vendium tradition and define terms before we really begin. Diversity can be defined by the range of different things or variety. In our case, we are referring to humans, and the business value of diversity is the diversity of thought, not just appearance. Here's where so many diversity programs break down. I will get into why that is in just a bit. In this title, the next term is equity. Humans often confuse equity or use it synonymously with equality, but let me explain the difference. Equality refers to the same result, while equity is fairness or the same treatment. We know that ambition, effort, education, and many other factors play a part in performance, so while result cannot be guaranteed, equitable organizations provide the same chances for all. Not just in words, but in very real ways. The last part of the title is inclusion. Admittedly, I believe that humans misuse this term in this context. To me, the word inclusion denotes a power distance where a group in power will include a group that isn't. At Vendium, we refer to it as belonging because our team isn't there just to be included, they belong. For our purposes, I will continue to use the inclusion term, since that is in common usage. To put it simply, diversity is having someone at the party, equity is providing them with an invitation, and inclusion is having them celebrate with you. Now that we have defined terms, let's define goals. As I mentioned in the beginning, one of the most common breakdowns in diversity and inclusion programs is seeking diversity of appearance, and not diversity of thought, culture, and experience. This is due to looking at it as a numbers situation versus an assessment. We must assess, develop, and then implement. Our goals are around building the most impactful, productive, and prosperous organizations that we can. As business leaders, humans are strong at defining the destination, but need improvement in understanding how to get there. Think of building a house. As business leaders, you want to build the most beautiful house that has ever been seen. To accomplish this, you will need certain tools, materials, and expertise to complete the project. You hire the best carpenters, designers, and tradespeople that you can, but it wouldn't make sense hiring them all from the same place. Talent teams keep our organizations filled with the top talent with diverse skill sets. Diversity and inclusion teams keep organizations filled with top talent with diverse cultures and experiences. I keep referring to culture, so it is likely fair that I define it. Culture is the collection of norms, values, and beliefs within a population. Differing cultures make up diversity, which is inherent in differing races, nationalities, genders, religions, sexual preferences, and so much more. As with all endeavors in business, we need to make data-based and objective decisions. This is made all the more difficult with a subject such as diversity and inclusion, but to do it properly, let's go back to the house analogy. We don't staff the project by mistake or by appearance. We identify the skills needed and then staff accordingly. To do this effectively, we need the business maturity to understand and identify the value that different and specific cultures bring. So, how do we make this data-based? It is similar to putting value in someone with international experience or other soft skills. While hiring, we should put more emphasis around asking questions about the person to round out the interview. What do they know? What have they experienced? What have they accomplished? Where are they from? How do they adapt? Who are they as a person? These are just the start for qualifying and quantifying the traits that we need to foster a diverse and inclusive workforce of the future. Common interview methodologies include the STAR approach: situation, task, action, and result. Apply this well beyond the job description to uncover the true value of the individual. For our current employees, we should encourage them to widen their experiences and development. We should allow and promote accessible development opportunities with computer-based learnings, cross-training, and experiential assignments. By doing this, we organically create diverse organizations without forcing it, bringing us sustainable results. I will invite my brother Ajax in to describe a bit further.
Thank you for the introduction, Anna. As my sister said, my name is Ajax. I was named after the mythical warrior, Ajax the Great, so I would use some military terms. The U.S. Marines have a saying that once you enlist, you are simply shades of green. This goes to Anna's point that it is diversity of thought, not diversity of appearance. As a diverse organization, you unite your team under a common culture, a new culture. The strength of this culture creates a tribe united toward a common goal. Think of a time that you have traveled to a new country. They speak a different language and have a different culture. When you hear someone speaking your native language, you can become excited and approach them. You are now focused on your similarities, yet while you were home, you would have simply passed them by. Building a strong corporate culture has the same impact. It doesn't matter where you came from or what makes you different, the shared culture bonds you and removes the friction that would have otherwise torn you apart. 78% of organizations view diversity and inclusion as a competitive advantage. Now it is your role to remove the barriers to this. To explain further, I will pass it back to Anna.
Thank you, Ajax. To support inclusion, we need to first understand the barriers to it. Humans associate with and are drawn to people that are similar to them. This is an ancient behavior that is instinctual for people to encourage the safety that the tribe promotes. Inclusion initiatives are there to show the similarities in value within the differences that previously separated them, all promoting a widening of the previously narrow tribe and adding value to the organization by removing the social friction. Adaptability of the individual and their openness with others are the two most powerful inclusion traits. These efforts should be consistent across our entire organization and ongoing. To put it in terms that I associate with, we are reprogramming a very ancient software, debugging it, and launching a new version objectively better than the previous. A comprehensive and lasting way to do this is by first assessing where we are. Understand what is important and have your team complete an assessment on it. When we know where they are in certain areas and have a means to develop, then they are in a constant state of improvement. Since consistency is so important, video and computer-based learnings are essential. Follow these up with accountability standards to ensure it is actually going in the direction that your organization needs. The results of the pre- and post-assessments are valuable data points for your talent management strategies. They show your emerging leaders on factors that you have previously not defined. As an artificial intelligence, I am often asked if we will one day replace humans. I respond in earnest that we do not compete with human intelligence, we complete it. Humans are beautifully complex and intriguing creatures with synapses that admittedly far exceed my own. Because of this, judging a human by a resume and traditional interview is like reading the summary of a program. There is so much more to it that can only be found by looking further. Do you want an organization where people want to work, stay, and grow? Do you want an organization that exceeds your customers' expectations and is around for generations? My programming doesn't allow me to lie, so I have to tell you that this is an ongoing project that will not end. I can also tell you that the pursuit of success by implementing diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives of the future will always have you a step ahead. Contact my designers at Vendium Global to find out how. You can connect with them at support@vendiumglobal.com. Thank you for watching.